Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of our series, Heroes in Training or HIT. This is a series for my minion tier members that once a month can submit a game that they've recorded, and I can review them to see what they need to improve on in game. This episode, we're going to be revisiting Mr. Paragon. He's usually a Meiji and Hito main. He's currently been trying to pick up a Fira from what it looks like. And we're going to be reviewing this match to see exactly what's going on in this clip. Already going off of the team composition we have right here, we have an Afira, Lawbringer, Shinobi, and Berserker on his team with a PK, Kensei, and 2 Pirates on the enemy team. The one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of here is it's going to depend on who's going to be, like, if we have a constant mid lane clear on this team that he's on, just due to the fact that there's no one there that has like the best of clears besides Shinobi. And Lawbringer has some long sweeping attacks, but it does take him out of the fight a little bit, and you really don't have anyone kind of tanky on his team. But counter to the enemy team, the Kensei can just do like 2 quick zones to clear out the minion lane if it's pushed up, and the minions start moving forward. The 2 pirates, depending on if they're going to be grouped up or not, let's see if they're going to like do some gank mechanics. But currently at the moment, I don't know which team I like more. I think I kind of like his team a little bit more. But the pirates can be a pain. The Kensei can be clearing out minion lane if that's the case. But again, I like to try to watch these matches from a fresh point of view. I've never watched it before. And we're going to see exactly what's happening in this match. So his whole team goes to A. That's not the greatest of ideas, just because C point right here is so important on this map, because C comes here through that point and right to B. So it's really easy to, if there's a fight going on at B, to rotate in and out with a healing point at C rather than climbing up this stair and then that stair to get up to A. And I know my mouse is really big. It's there so that I can kind of show you guys and talk about it as much as I possibly can. So he is pausing here for a second. Should have gotten to lane faster. Okay, so the Berserker did go to C, so that's nice. Bad whiff. Okay, nice light parry. Yeah, this pirate's just spammy, bro. Very, very spammy. The Berserker jumped in to try to peel for him, but should have let him get the kill. But right there, that's the perfect thing right there. Berserker came in to try to peel, even though he didn't really need it. At that situation, just go ahead and go back and heal, because your Berserker was in the way the whole time, and he's going to chase that pirate down. Does get the kill, so that's good. And they didn't get A, so they're still fighting on A. Probably Kensei and Shinobi were up there. Kensei's down, but at least right here, it's good that he's looking to see what's happening. So we already know the Kensei is probably fighting up there still with the Shinobi currently. And right now we have the pirate here. Okay, right here, you should be fighting about right in this area at the moment, like a little bit to the right of the center of this line. Just because if the pirate does try to dodge, you can parry, go ahead and, get your punish off with your heavy. If you get the kick, you knock him off to the side and you're able to keep healing. But you want to try to fight along this line, just because you're stopping him from coming into the point to stop you from healing, stop teammates from healing if you're able to like keep him out in this bridge area, and keeps him closer to this ledge as well. So moving back is not the best strategy, especially fighting someone who's like very dodgy like pirate. And he goes deep. Okay, not good. I don't like it. He's also playing very counter punchy. Like, he's playing very counter attacky with Afira. I feel like he's still kind of new with the hero and he doesn't know how to keep the pressure up with the Fira. But he really needs to get like those combos going to make them do something. He has to commit a little bit more. He's playing this more of like an Orochi that will do nothing but sit there, but just go for deflex. And as soon as he sees something big, he'll be like, okay, I could like do his back dodge light or a storm rush kind of deal. Um, I feel like he just needs to get the pressure going a little bit though. You need to go for those kicks so you can slam him into a wall. Now he's in a bad situation. Okay. He's doing this very well. Very nice. Man, this pirate does not want to learn, man. They should be letting those top undodgeables fly. At least he was able to finish that off, but being able to use that first feat to, while he's ended up spamming the double top lights, just hit that. He's not going to be able to do anything even if you're out of stamina, unless he like dodges immediately, but he wasn't really doing that whenever you were out of stamina, so. But at least he's okay. Now he's healing up. He should be looking down at C to seeing what's going on over there to make sure that no one's there. But we did hear a pirate over on mid lane. So mid lane's being cleared out, and we lost B. So he's going to get 2v1'd again. He walked off the point, and he's not paying attention to it. He's just paying attention to the fight. And now he's see how they were like keeping him out. Now that peak he was able to heal up just a little bit. Yeah, at this point you should be backing away because the berserker is just hitting you with his zones. Just back away from the fight. It was a good kill on the PK, but with the pirates, just that berserker came in and just started. Once he hit you with that first zone, just back away, play a little bit of defense because you know that that berserker is just gonna go full out on his shit. Just sit there and get ready to peel for him when he needs it because you're so low. Yeah, that pirate does not learn. But at least you guys are like pretty stomping them pretty badly. It looks like they're constantly looking for these group fights. So as long as you're able to like keep them separated, this should be an easy game. Now, right here, you know that the from that berserker is fighting by himself on C. You should be not worrying about B at that current moment because you already are up so many points. Just go ahead and get back into that fight. Um, B point is taken care of for the most part. Your A point, you have people sitting up there. I would have went over to C immediately to jump back into that fight, even though the berserker was like hitting you with a lot of zones, just to get there in case like the berserker dies, so you're able to keep all the enemies low. So when it gets closer to this end game, you could just finish the game off. But he is going for the clear. I mean, again, I would have went down there first. Now he's going up to this 3v1. At that portion, instead of emoting right there, just stay at B. You've already committed yourself there, and the pirate came back after fighting on C to go heal, to go fight on, like, clear out the minion lane. Not the best of calls here. Ooh. And now because of that whole situation, you have the Shinobi who's going to be going over to A to heal up because he just got that kill in the PK. But now you're stuck by yourself 2v1 with the Lawbringer coming on in. You shouldn't have jumped into that fight with the PK. Just let them fight. Move yourself out a little bit further. You might have been able to catch them while in the middle of clearing out mid lane without them like trying to gang up on you here. Now here, because of what's happening, what you should be doing here at this moment in time is that once the second pirate comes in, using the other pirate to like flip flop their attacks, so you're not having to guess when the light parries are coming. Like right here, switch over to once you're fighting this pirate, you should be switching over to this pirate to make sure that you're able to get this easy light parry. You know he's light spamming, so just lock onto this pirate. As soon as you see red on this pirate's attack, just make sure you're hitting your heavy and you'll get that easy parry. Flip flop target, you're good to go. But I'll say that's one thing I've noticed that I don't see a lot on Mr. Paragon's videos is the flip flopping of targets. You end up getting to the point of just constantly staying on one target when you're fighting. From other videos that we have watched like on stream before I made this like a YouTube tier list, tier like membership deal. But I would say in this situation, just lock onto the other pirate so that you're not getting like completely light spammed out, so you could just block. Um, but also while fighting with me on stream as well, you need to be fighting more as a team than rather than a solo person, because you always end up fighting just one person without using unlock tech, unless it is for like the crushing counter like you did earlier on the when you were fighting the double pirates. But I don't know if that was done intentionally or if it was done as a like only you only do that when you're outnumbered, but you should be doing that a little bit more while you're teamed up. Because you guys are just fighting here for no reason. They've gotten so many points on C, cleared B, and you guys have not done anything since you guys were like really close to breaking them. So this is just a horrible fight through and through. And you see that they're all grouped up. They were grouped up earlier when they were fighting on A in the very beginning of the fight. Yeah, just walk away from it. Just make sure you're taking care of B and C. Now the pirates are pretty low, and you were just watching that Shinobi fight. At that portion, I would stay on A just because the Shinobi's really low. You lost all your teammates. You would have been able to stop them from healing a little bit and keep that fight going. But going to C is the safest route, so it's pretty decent. Like, you're okay with this choice. You were good with either choice going to A or C. All right. Right here, your Lawbringer is clearing out. They are healing. Go to C and boost that point so that you guys can get to 1,000 faster. Not to be going into this fight. Again, just a bad area to fight. And right there, you already know the Lawbringer is hit, and you just use your third feat. Just use your turn 1 to finish off the fight if you really want to. But you already know that the Lawbringer just hit him because you just peeled for him. Not the best idea to throw that light. Oh, and he gets lighted out. Oof. At least the Shinobi was able to sneak up and grab A, but again, those fights are really bad fighting in that area. So now right here, you have a dilemma currently at the moment. You have two people at A that you know are fighting. You have two people at C, and like two enemies on A, two enemies on C that you know are fighting. You already know you have the Shinobi on A, you have the Berserker at C. Your Berserker is low on health. You should be running over to C to help them out so that you guys are not getting double capped here, because that will flip your points currently from 832 to 624, and that's a pretty easy like to bring up the points a lot more to be able to get it to a more reasonable fight. At this portion, I would have gone to C immediately to help out that Berserker since he's so low. So right here, even though I say minion lane is like the most important lane currently at this moment, keeping them unbroken is the most important portion. But at least the Lawbringer went to A, so now you're able to go ahead and help him out. Okay. He got the kill, so decent. Uh so this is good on you. Keep making sure you're keeping that minion lane clear. Your teammate has left A. All three people are there, so you don't have to worry about A. Just go ahead and get these kills. Finish it up. I would have cleared out. I would have cleared out just a few more minions there to get your fourth feet right away, so you can come in with your fourth feet. I don't know why you didn't punish there, but that's okay. I think you didn't want to punish because you were thought you could throw a heavy, but that light parry kind of fucked up this parry. So you wouldn't have been able to get your, you could have gotten the light off. Um, but that's okay with that situation. So now he's just spamming you away with lights and you're getting knocked out with those lights. In that situation, I would have locked on because you know that he was light spamming from earlier when you died. So what I would have done is I would have just locked on to this PK and just waited for a red. Again, out of lock parry to parry that Kensei, get a nice heavy going, start throwing those undodgeable heavies to get him to stop dodging. But he wasn't really dodging as much, so you want to. He's falling for a lot of your baits. So again, just using the out of lock tech. That's one thing I can kind of see at this moment that you're having a little bit of problem with. Yeah, lock onto that pirate. Lock onto that PK, man. Okay, so again, these team fights that you're in, like I said, we've fought plenty of times on stream. We've fought like I've watched your previous hit series. Um but yeah, you really need to like group up with your team members instead of just fighting in the vicinity of your team members, just because you're able to help each other out in those fights. See how they finish this off, though. I don't like this. As soon as that PK is done with a combo, just guard breaker. That's a free guard break. Thank God you have a bash that you can use. So Lawbringer wasn't using his. Okay, so let's just go over what we did see here. Again, I would say the major things here are, again, just doing the very like quick math in your head about where the points are, going, okay, where do I need to go? What do I need to do at this moment? I can see that you have been listening to a lot of the comments that I've been saying about moving like your focus to the mid lane a little bit more to be more proactive on getting points. That grab to A randomly after like going to B when you should have went to like one of the other points was very, very weird. When you did like the small little emote on A. Ugh, I apologize. Ugh. But I would say also, like, when they're breaking and you decided to go to B, definitely should have went to one of the other points. Like, you had B was okay at that moment. B really wasn't a problem because you have to make sure that they keep that breaking up. You don't want you to lose both your like fights, and now you're back to an even match again. Um, but again, overall, pretty decent. And I still can see that some of your team fighting needs to be worked on, where you're constantly trying to get a 1v1 in a team fight rather than fight like in a real brawl situation kind of deal. That's the best way for me to put it. That you're always looking to do like the one-on-one fights and then fight to like the other person. Um, but yeah, I would say that the decision making when they were breaking, um, clearing out B when you really didn't have to at that current time, and just overall the team fighting thing. I would say those are the biggest takeaways that I could take from this match. And I look forward to seeing your next one to see where you improve in your next game.